Gather around, my jesting, jazzy jellyfish. Fishes? Fish? I don't know. Grandpa Saeed is about to tell you a story. 4 years ago, I was a lazy, procrastinating kid who just entered the sixth form. I was heavily addicted to video games and social media, I didn't exercise at all, and I just wasted my time around doing instant gratification activities. I don't really know how to explain my sixth form life because I did like going to school to talk to my friends and just be entertained in class. But whenever I came back home, I hated studying for all of my subjects and doing the massive piles of homeworks they used to give us. I used to delay most of the stuff last minute because I just wasn't bothered at all. Literally, I would have 3 or 4 hours worth of homework and I would have rather watched some anime or see what other people were up to on social media. I was also incredibly tired all the time. I'm sure you can relate to me having a really bad sleep schedule because I ended up going to sleep at like 1 a.m. most of the times. I stayed up late at night on my phone because I didn't want the next day to come. I wanted my comfort time to never end. My main desire, you could say, was getting into medical school. I wanted to make myself and my parents proud for being the first doctor in my lineage. The first person to actually go to university and earn a decent amount so that I could support my family. I think us young people know more than anyone how much we want to help our parents with financial freedom and make them proud. However, having a general direction or goal didn't mean I was not struggling. I was doing quite mediocre in terms of academics as I was put amongst these super intelligent kids who seemed to be God-gifted with their brains. I was literally failing chemistry, which, bear in mind, it is an absolute necessity for entering medical school. I was falling so behind everyone in terms of grades that I was put into intervention classes, which are basically revision classes that you are taught for extra hours after school. Most importantly, however, I was struggling deep inside of me. I was supposed to be the first doctor. I was supposed to make myself and my parents proud. I was supposed to make my parents free of financial burden so that they could stop working and enjoy their lives. I was supposed to be the generational change that would redirect our lineage from one of poverty to one of prosperity. But I felt like a failure as a son. I did my entrance exam for universities and I got what I expected for the work I put in. Average. Almost below average scores, which wasn't the greatest for a good chance to getting an interview. In fact, I was flat out rejected from 3 of the 4 universities that I had applied. I failed my only interview because I didn't prepare properly for it. I went in with, oh, what if I fail? Oh, well, going in with a defeatist mindset. I just didn't know how to, so I didn't even bother properly trying. And as you can tell, in fact, I didn't get to medical school that year. And I fully saw the consequences of my actions and mindset. I failed to go to university. I failed to keep up with others. I failed to be the son my parents dreamt of. I failed to make myself proud. I failed to become a doctor. I failed. Having been in the absolute rock bottom of my life, I had this realization that I was literally the only person to blame for my dismay. My inactions led to these events. My laziness led me to not try enough. My inability to understand how to study and prepare and my mentality were the reasons why I kept getting bad grades. So that is exactly what I changed. I learned completely new strategies in mastering the knowledge of my subjects and was able to get the top grades during my resit exams. I became disciplined where I did the work that needed to be done even when I didn't feel like it. Overall, I changed my whole view on learning with newer and more efficient strategies. During the reapplication to medical school, I had some setbacks as well, where I wasn't invited for the interviews and my entrance exams were still about average score. But I didn't hold back this time. I took every bit of failure and turned it into some learning opportunity. What could I have done? How can I better prepare myself now that I know which interview questions I struggled with? And then my last interview came. I knew I did poorly for my other interviews, but this was my last chance. I went all in for this, made sure I knew what I think the interviewer might ask me. I did not want to waste this last opportunity. May 2022, I receive an email. This is it. The email that will tell me whether I failed once more or not. I received my acceptance letters for medical school. When I tell you my heart was beating so fast, I really mean it. I saw my parents cry, but this time, tears of happiness. They were proud of me. I was proud of me. I felt like a winner. I started September 2022, and I can say for sure that the one last chance I was given, if I had wasted it, I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't be here telling you this story. If you watched so far, I hope I have inspired you. I know you needed some reassurance because your life has been pretty shit. You are seeing the consequences of your actions, but now you have this one last chance waiting ahead of you. Do not waste it, my friend.